My God, I actually pity those poor bastards we're going up against. My God, I do. We're not gonna just meme those globalists. We're gonna meme them till they cry and use their tears to grease the treads of our takes.
It's the battle royale we've been waiting for. Finally, Kim Kardashian versus the Department of Homeland Security on deportations. And maybe DHS can figure out a way to deport Kim Kardashian to El Salvador. Wouldn't that be nice? And this is going to come as no shock to you that Hollywood celebrities are here defending the criminals. They did the same thing during the George Floyd riots that were actually Marxist riots meant to destabilize our nation so they could steal an election from Donald Trump, and they did that. These riots in LA are meant to do the same thing: destabilize President Trump, attack cops, hurt our military, hurt ICE agents, descend our nation from a nation of law and order into a nation of total chaos where they can take power. They use celebrities to do it. It's always been that way. And they're using the absolute retards of Hollywood in order to accomplish their goal. They're advocating for this. People like Kim Kardashian, Katy Perry, they're advocating for this. And so here's my question to you. Why not you first? You go first, right? So what Kim Kardashian and all these celebs are doing are saying the criminal aliens, these foreign invaders and parasites, we love them so much. We love them more than Americans. You never hear a peep out of them when an American chick, girl, is a student, is raped and killed. You don't hear anything. No celebrity says anything. Blip, nothing. But as soon as LA looks like this, with Mexicans' flags waving everywhere and American businesses being burned to the ground, Americans unable to go to work, provide for their families, celebrities jump in to defend. Okay, you first. Open up your palatial Palisades mansion. Open up your palatial ranches that you all own, your vineyards. Make them homeless shelters for criminal aliens. Make them shelters. Put burn barrels and tents on them. From the Obamas to Selena Gomez. Come on. We know that Selena Gomez owns multiple mansions, and they're enormous. She has them across America. She's a billionaire. Yet when Selena Gomez sees a deportation, she goes like this.
I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry. All my people are getting attacked. The children. They don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't.
I wish I could do something, but I can't. I'm just a billionaire. I own all these mansions. I've never opened them up once to criminal aliens. Of course, that would get maybe Selena Gomez deported because she'd be housing criminal aliens. They've already arrested a couple Democrat judges for this. But Selena Gomez wouldn't get deported because she's an American, right? She was born here. Her mom's an American. It's actually her degenerate Mexican father that abandoned them. But somehow she sides with that. It's very Stockholm Syndrome. It's very weird. That's one part of America, and I don't understand it. I really don't. The majority of Americans feel like this.
Heard you got deported, dude. Bye.
Ah, what a legend. Ladies and gentlemen, Kim Kardashian, not a legend. Well, maybe a legend for all the wrong reasons. Here we go. Speaks out against ICE amid mass deportations. When we witness innocent, hardworking people being ripped from their families in inhumane ways, we have to speak up. We have to do what's right. Growing up in LA, I've seen how deeply immigrants are woven into the fabric of this city. They are our neighbors and friends and classmates and workers and families. No matter where you fall politically, it's clear that our communities thrive because of the contributions of immigrants. Wow. If they're so great, if it's so great, then why can't they just go back and make Mexico great? You know, the logic is obscene. The logic is so dumb. The logic is so stupid. She's by the way, getting roasted here by Tricia McLaughlin. Tricia McLaughlin is the spokesperson for the Department of Homeland Security. She is the Assistant Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. Very powerful position here. Kim Kardashian, which of these convicted child molesters, murderers, drug traffickers, and rapists would you like to stay in the country? These are just a few of the convicted illegal criminals who have been picked up in the last 72 hours. You know, here are some of the people that just make America such a special and rich place. They're just cultural enrichers, this guy. Oh, yeah, okay. Lewd action with a child. Don't ask too many questions about Kim Kardashian when it comes to that. You know what I mean? Yeah. The audacity of Kim Kardashian to oppose ICE agents arresting illegals in L.A. after her own sister was a victim of illegal immigration benefited from such raids. Illegal immigration enforcement is okay, but when it benefits the Kardashians, but not other Americans. ICE El Paso deports Canadian man who stalked Kendall Jenner. Got it. It was a Canadian dude. It's perfectly fine. But if Kim Kardashian is told by her publicist to put something up, which of course she doesn't even run this account, right? Her publicist, she probably doesn't even know. None of these celebrities even know what they're saying online, right? Kim Kardashian opposed, does Taylor Swift even know she endorsed Kamala Harris? Of course she doesn't. She doesn't even know it. Nobody cares. Keep deporting. Deport even harder, right? Despite rapists and murderers getting arrested, Kim Kardashian calls ICE inhumane for ripping families apart. Her close friend Diddy raped and ripped innocent people, including children, from their families, yet she did nothing. And she kept her lips closed for once. STFU. That's exactly right. Never heard Kim Kardashian ever say anything about Diddy, did you? Put your money where your mouth is. Open your home to these illegal criminal aliens. Keep in mind, ICE already grabbed 300 from your city, including murderers and child predators. Why hasn't Selena Gomez or Kim Kardashian opened her home to these lovely people? Look what they could do to your house. Look at this. This could be your yard, Kim. No, she just wants to be all the rest of our yards. Poor people have to live in these neighborhoods. Sick. What happened? But when we witness innocent, hardworking people who are ripped from their families in inhumane ways, we have to speak up. Kim and Katy virtue signal to their multi-million-dollar mansions behind gigantic walls, heavily guarded armed security, safe from rapists, murderers, and if somebody bothers them, then they'll get them deported. Please tell me, Kim Kardashian, that taking blood money from pedophile fashion house Balenciaga, which promotes the rape and satanic ritual abuse of children, is inhumane. I support child rapists and murderers. There you go. New clothing line. Hey, Kim, which one of these makes you angriest? Hopefully someone can ask her on the record. I would love that. She's worth almost $2 billion. She could care for thousands of illegals, right? So why isn't she doing anything? I love Kim Kardashian chimes in on the latest breaking news. That's the opinion I've been waiting for. Thank you so much, Kim. Now with all this clarity, now I can understand what's going on in my country. Kim Kardashian is the greatest intellectual heavyweight of our generation. Weighs in on the immigration debate. Pack it up, boys. It's over. ICE is done now. This is what I should share with Kim Kardashian. These are some of the families who've been unnecessarily ripped apart forever. We have a legal process for immigration. That process needs to be followed. Every person in this collage should be alive. They were all killed because of Joe Biden's immigration policy. Kim Kardashian posted a sob story on her Instagram about shielding illegal aliens. She calls them her neighbors. Perhaps she should stop posting bikini pics and open up her house, right? Wow. Why is Kim Kardashian not able to open up her own mansion? She opens up her mansion in LA's most exclusive gated community to house illegal aliens. But like most liberals, she supports idiotic policies because she doesn't have to live with the consequences of these policies. That's right. That's right. Same thing with Katy Perry. Katy Perry here saying that Mexico should get California again, even though Mexico never owned California. It was the Spanish, the Catholics, Native Americans, and so on and so forth. It's so dumb, and it's so stupid. We asked a member of Congress about this, actually. His name's Brandon Gill. He's from Texas. About these posts, how stupid they are, and the logical conclusions that one would draw on these. And, well, it didn't end well for Katy Perry or Kim Kardashian. Deport Kim Kardashian. Okay, can we start that movement? It's your boy Benny. Enjoy. I just went to community college, Congressman, so I don't consider myself a very smart guy. And maybe, maybe I'm not
Smarter
able...
than most people who went to college, I can tell you that.
Am I smarter than an astronaut? Well, here's Katy Perry's post on Instagram today. Katy Perry said that Los Angeles is actually not an American city, and that it is a Mexican city, even though Mexico, in the time period she's talking about here, was Spain. It was a Spanish territory, and so effectively it's Spanish, which I know is crazy, but is actually European. And so what she's saying here is that California belongs to Mexico, and the people that are protesting here are actually the true Californians, the ones who are waving Mexican flags and burning LA to the ground. I'd love to just have you respond to that, considering the fact that, Texas is quite a diverse place as well. And Texas, the Alamo, the Mexican-American War, you have quite a history with these kind of things in Texas, Congressman.
We do, and I would ask, I guess, what these areas were before they were Spanish or before they were Mexican. They were Native American, I guess you would say. Spain went and colonized this territory. They got independence. It was Mexican for about only a couple decades before becoming American. But I do think there's a fundamental problem with looking at any swath of territory and saying that this was formerly controlled by a different power or a different culture, and therefore it should revert to that power. We know that most of the entire United States was Native American before the colonists came to the United States and made them the United States. That doesn't mean that we need to cede our territory back to them. And we also know that Native Americans were not a homogenous group before Europeans came. They were composed of multiple different Indian tribes who were often warring with each other, who were often taking each other's land by force, oftentimes brutally. And then the Europeans came and we colonized this land. We built the greatest civilization the world has ever seen. So to say that this is anything other than American territory or should revert back to Mexico or Spain, I guess you would say, or any other civilization, I think is utterly ludicrous.
By this logic, I guess you have to give Massachusetts back to England, and give Florida back to the Dutch, and Louisiana back to the French. So,
right.
Way to go, Katy Perry.
Give large portions of Europe back to the tribes that controlled them before the Roman Empire expanded. I mean, you can go through history and say that somebody was here before we were, or before any other group.
Just really quickly, would you call Katy Perry an astronaut, Congressman?
I would absolutely not. I think she is a wealthy woman who got a nice trip to space, and that's about it.
Okay.